Hello everybody, this is Etho, and welcome back guys to another episode of our Let's Play series. How you doing today? It is feeding time. Feeding time for the cows, feeding time for me. First we feed the cows, and then we eat the cows. Nom 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 nom. Alright, so we got some food again, guys. I definitely go through a lot of food now, like since the Lytra Wings came out. Probably 2-3 stacks of steak every episode, if I was to guess. Because flying takes a lot out of you. You shoot yourself with the arrows, and that causes food to be lost. And then to heal up the damage from that as well also causes food to be lost now, so losing food all over the place. It's crazy. But yeah, today, guys, is the Minecart special episode. So what I want to do is do a little bit of experimenting, a little bit of research. We're going to get some Minecart stuff together here and just goof around with a few ideas. Alright, guys. So lately in our modded Minecraft series, we've been playing a lot with the railcraft mod. And the railcraft mod allows you to do some pretty cool, pretty advanced minecart things. There's like minecart switching, so you can tell where a minecart is on a track and prevent another minecart from colliding with it real easy with that. There's minecart routing, so you can tell a minecart where to go really easily. Like when it gets to a junction, it knows which way to take based on its destination ticket. And there's just a lot of other really useful things like holding tracks and other gizmos like that. So it got me thinking here, what is preventing us from doing that kind of stuff in vanilla Minecraft? What is the limiter? Are we able to do more advanced minecart stuff in this? And I kind of think we are. We're going to check it out here today. There are, of course, a lot of problems, though. And I'll demonstrate the first one here. So if we go to F3Q, F3Q brings up this list of all the other F3 things you can do. So we're going to do F3G. Show chunk. Show the chunk boundaries here so we can see it very clearly. The one big problem minecarts have is when chunks unload. So let's say this chunk unloads here, and this one's still loaded. A minecart can then go from this chunk into this one. Since this one's unloaded, the minecart gets saved into memory on your hard drive, and it's going to end up around here. Meanwhile, those other minecarts can approach here, and they all kind of merge together and join up. I'll try to demonstrate that. I'm going to leave this area and come back, and we'll just see what the spacing is like on those minecarts. It's not going to be the same. It's going to get all bundled up probably. So we're back here now, and minecarts are going the wrong way. They're bouncing all over the place. So once you have the chunks unload, bad stuff can happen, and it can make it almost impossible to make advanced minecart systems because you don't know what the minecarts are doing, and you can't control them when they're all joined together like this. So yeah, first thing we got to figure out is some way of preventing this from happening. Yeah, and basically it's the same deal over here. If we have a straight section of track like this, let's say we send 5 minecarts going this way, and this chunk over here is unloaded, well then they're going to all merge together. When this chunk reloads, some of them are probably going to go backwards, some of them are going to be stuck together. If we have any junctions down the line, they're probably not going to work properly because the minecarts will be too close together, and that sort of problem. So yeah, the plan is to build smart tracks. I have an idea for regulating the flow of minecarts here on a single piece of track. And it basically stems with this idea here. Set up these little junctions and little holding areas every section of track, every chunk here. So we would do another one over here, like so. And here, let's get this powered again. I'll just show you the concept. So let's say Yeah, let's say we send a minecart down here. It's going to go straight because the track is pointing that way. It's going to get that little wobble as it goes by that, but it's not going to affect the minecart really. What we want to do is set a rule so only one minecart per chunk here. So when a minecart enters this chunk, we then want to switch this junction so it goes into this holding area, this little holding area. So now if another minecart comes by while there's a minecart over here in this area, then it's going to wait. And then once that minecart is out of this chunk into the next one over here, then we want to release this one waiting, and that'll prevent them from bunching up together. So this would flip, and then this one would get set free, like so, and same kind of thing is going to repeat itself. So what we got to do then is probably set up some sort of detector rail over here, like at the very end of the chunk here, the end of this section. When the minecart goes over the detector rail, it's going to then switch this and release the minecart here. And yeah, I think that's the concept. This is like solving a puzzle. I got to figure out how to do this exactly. It's going to be a bit complicated probably. Okay, so I set up a little thing here to test out. We got an RS NOR latch at the junction now. Basically, when the minecart goes over this detector rail, it's going to push the redstone block over. It's going to power the junction. That'll cause any other minecarts that come right after the previous one to go to the right here, into the holding area. And then when it gets to the other detector rail, way down at the other section here, it's going to send power back over to the minecart release, and also to this piston goes underneath here. That'll push the redstone block back, and it should allow more minecarts to then pass by here. So let's try it out with one minecart. First off, you see how it switched, and now it switched back. Okay, so that's all good. Let's get rid of this one minecart. We'll send two this next time. So that's the real test. It should hold one of them until the other one passes by the chunk. And with this setup, we should never have three minecarts trying to pass a certain chunk at a time. Yeah, so make sure it holds it until it's free to go. Very cool. So this is great. It seems to do what I wanted to do. But now it is time for the real challenge, guys. The big contender over here. Over here. Yeah, so I've taken this, and now I set up a loop of this smart track. So it goes around like so. And we're going to see if it can handle the minecarts now, if it prevents them from colliding, because that's what it's supposed to do when we leave the area here. So as it is right now, if we just have one minecart on it, kind of does this. You see all the junctions getting switched whenever these redstone blocks move. It's a real mess right now. It doesn't look good. But I'm just trying to make sure it works before I refine it, I guess. Alright, so let's get our chunk view going so you can see what's happening here. There's 3 chunks total, so there's this one, and this one that it goes into. And there's 4 of these junctions in total. 1 on each end, and then in the middle straightaway section there's 2. So over here and over here. Alright, so 4 total. That means I think it can handle 3 minecarts at the most. But if you have a longer track, it'll handle more. So we get these going. Hopefully the... You see that one was waiting there? Oh, that one snuck in though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Works perfect. Alright, there might be something special we gotta do to add the minecarts. Let me try that again. Okay, I think that messed up because I'm not using monostable circuits anywhere with this. So this junction's not switching fast enough. I could add them and this would get a little bit more complex. But just for right now, let's just see if it works when it is working. So I'll have to be careful not to load them too fast. They have to clear a section before I add another one. But the big test here is that it doesn't break when we unload these chunks, okay? Oh, that one got stuck. Wait, what's happening? Why is it going over there? Ah, whatever. Alright, so I'm going to try get out of here. And see if I can do anything to break it. Looks good. No! No! Darn! You know, I left the area and came back like 10 times. I thought it was going to be good. Wasn't having any problems, but this time, it messed up. Okay, good news. I think I got it fixed here. Those monostable circuits I talked about are actually really important. So look at this piston here. You notice how fast the arm goes out and back in? It's like, pew pew, real quick now. Before, it was going out for about a second and then retracting. But you'll notice how quick the block gets pushed back afterwards. It wasn't able to push this block back when it goes over this detector rail previously, but now it is able to. So that should fix it. I'm going to, again, do the same thing. Fly away and come back. Oh, and I fell down the hole. The stupid hole. This is the hole I fell down when I killed that dragon. Like back in episode 150 and lost all the experience. Looks good. Alright. Let's try it a few more times. Oh, they're all stopped. No, why did they all stop? Darn. Oh. This is like a detective riddle, you know? Trying to figure out why did it break? Why did it not work? Because you can't see it not working. You have to like figure it out afterwards. But yeah, there's no minecart over there, so this one should have been free to go. And you can see the junctions actually switched. The problem is it did not move when the power rail was lit up. So this chunk was unloaded, and if a minecart's in an unloaded chunk, the redstone stuff can happen, but the entity stuff doesn't happen unless you load a big area, which we're not doing here. So yeah, the power rail turned on, but then the minecart's in an unloaded chunk, so it didn't move, and it got stuck here. Long story short, we can't send the power rail a pulse like I'm doing here. Instead, we're going to rip this stuff out. We need to connect the power rail directly to our RS NOR latch here. So when the redstone block is over here, that power rail should be lit, and when it's over here, it shouldn't be. Okay, so back to testing here again. You see how the redstone block directly powers the power rail now? So if the redstone block is over there, this is powered for sure. And if this doesn't work, I don't know what's going to work. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm going to fly back and forth, unload the chunks, and reload them, and just see if I can get it to mess up. Hopefully not, because I don't know what to do if this doesn't work. Go! Well, I hate to say it, guys, but I think I'm going to give up on this. I don't do that often, but honestly, I don't know what the problem is. And it all looks good to me. Maybe you guys can figure it out. I don't know. I felt like I was very close with that, but just not working. Don't know what to do. At the very least, though, I'm going to do something like this with my minecart tracks. This will prevent minecarts from flowing backwards becoming a problem, at the very least, because if they try to, they'll just do that and bounce back and keep going straight like they should. This will not prevent minecarts from merging together, though, which may or may not be important. I'm not sure yet. Like that was supposed to prevent. Anyways, we're going to move on to something a little bit more fun, hopefully, because that was getting frustrating. The idea of minecart routing. So the idea is when a minecart gets to a junction like this, it should know whether or not to switch the junction automatically. It's sort of like the minecart's intelligence, and we do that using tickets, like you do in railcraft. So let's see, do I have any hoppers? Yes, I do. Okay. So here's something cool. Whenever a minecart passes by a hopper like this, it picks up exactly one item. if it's going at full speed anyway, or it should. All right, so that should grab one piece of paper. Yeah, and likewise, when it goes over a minecart, it'll drop off one item exactly. You see where I'm getting with this? So we can give minecarts tickets like this, and we can receive them using item sorters. And on these tickets, or random pieces of whatever, we can give them a destination string using an anvil. So let's say this is destination number 1. Then when it gets to a junction that matches this, it'll cause it to switch. All right, let me try set that up. Okay guys, so this is pretty cool from what I've seen so far. We have a little test track to try out the cart routing here. So one of these things is a ticket receiver, and basically it's just an item filter. So what you do is put some garbage items in here. I made two switches actually, so we have destination 1 and 2. We'll put number 2 in here. All right, and while there's more than 41 papers in there, the signal goes 3 blocks, which then goes to this wire up to the junction like so. Here, let's grab the extras out of here. All right, so yeah, if there's more than 41 in there, then it goes through. All right, so we have one junction right here, and then there's another one I set up right over here. Okay, so we'll call this one destination 1. Put the junk items in. Put 41 items in here. 41 tickets. All right. And there's 3 final destinations here. So there's one over here, one over here, and one over here. Depending on which tickets we put in our minecart will determine where it ends up in our little sample track here. So if we put this here with no minecart or no tickets in the system, it's going to end up right over here every time. All right. If we do destination 1, let's try that out. So destination 1, I think we'll get past this first junction. It'll go to the left now. And then it goes right over there. So if we give it destination 1 and destination 2, then it should end up over here, I'm pretty sure. All right. Let's try that out. Destination 1 and 2. So both ticket things are loaded now. I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with this, I think. I want to set up some big fancy cart network eventually. Yeah, so it should have got both tickets this time. Oh, it didn't work though. Maybe my timings aren't quite right. I thought that would have been good. There's 22 in each of these. Oh, it didn't grab this one. Here, let's move this. Oh, because of the detector rail here. Okay, you can tell I didn't test this out yet. Exactly. Let's move that over here. A little bit of a mistake there, because it was receiving power from that, so it couldn't, the hopper wasn't putting any items out, actually. Yeah, let's try it again. Oh, we got the one made here. Okay, so I should grab both tickets. And this time, go over there. Nice. That is really neat. So yeah, whenever we need it to take a junction, we can tell it to do that, depending on which tickets we give it. So another cool thing you can do, let's say we want a storage minecart to drop off some items somewhere. I just set up a little thing here to sort of demonstrate that. Let's say it needs to pick up some grass blocks and deliver them over there. So we would give it the 2 tickets. Those tickets will fill up the first 2 slots of the minecart, and then the remaining slots can hold items. All right, so they're going to go there. And as it passes by those hoppers, it'll take this one out, then this one, and it'll just leave the grass blocks remaining. And any other items won't be taken out of here. Oh, it's nighttime. I gotta sleep here pretty soon. So like if we put redstone blocks in there, they're not going to go into this filter. It's only going to pick up the tickets out of there. All right. Then if we send this away, it goes to the left, and then should end up there with just the grass blocks inside. It's pretty cool. It didn't grab all of them. There's still a few in there. But yeah. Alright guys, well unfortunately I gotta get going here for today. That first idea didn't work out. might be able to get it to work, but the item or the cart routing I'm really excited about. I think there's a lot of potential with that. And it was surprisingly easy and quick to set up, so definitely want to use that. But let's get to the comments of today. It says, Etho's Lab, what enchants are used on the flying circus bow that I use for flights? I have Unbreaking 3, Punch 2, Infinity, and Mending. Also very important is to get Unbreaking 3 and Mending on your armor, and Protection 4 if you can. Otherwise, your stuff breaks very quickly. And you need a good XP system to keep everything from breaking. What I want to try out here, I'm curious, now that I know how to fly, if you can actually fly with a Punch 1 bow. This has power 2, which is not ideal, but should be good enough to try it out anyway. Alright, so here we go. I don't know if it has enough kick to get altitude. Would help if I could actually hit myself. Very slowly losing altitude. I can't gain the speed. Yeah, I think you need a Punch 2 bow. Well, I got a little bit of height there. Might be barely possible, but definitely not easy. So yeah, I definitely recommend a Punch 2 bow. Second question here, it says, Etho, are you going to play Starbound again now that it is officially released? Starbound is out, guys, if you didn't know, like out of alpha. It would be interesting to see your opinion of the game now compared to early access. So I played Starbound when it first came out, and they were doing constant character resets. There's a lot of stuff missing from the game. It felt pretty plain, but since then I have played it off camera just for fun, and I was very impressed, but kind of ran out of time and was only able to play like 3 hours, and then like was never able to return to it. I do want to play it again. I want to see what you guys have to say though. Do you think you would be interested in watching it? If not, I'll just play it off camera whenever I find some time. But yeah, definitely want to try it out off camera. Might make a series on it. I almost started recording it the other day, but I thought I would see what you guys have to say about it first. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.